Thought that companies exaggerating their specs to seem better than others is a problem, then how about when companies just invent entirely new specs so that you can't even compare them to others? When companies start to build loyalty, they want to be able to charge more for the same stuff. But how do you get away with that in a world where a comparison is just one quick ChatGPT search away? Well, make it so confusing for customers to compare you that the easiest thing then becomes for them to just take your word for it that you're better. One of the most prolific examples of this right now is RAM. Any computer, any phone, any laptop, even your smartwatch needs RAM to be able to juggle tasks. And this is true no matter which company's product it is. But Apple now refers to their RAM almost exclusively as unified memory. They can say this because their RAM is actually part of their chip as opposed to a separate component, which does make that RAM a little more efficient in some ways. But it glosses over a very important detail, that Windows laptops often have dedicated graphics cards that have their own additional pool of RAM, whereas unified memory means that both the CPU and the GPU share from one small pool. So you're pretty much always getting less RAM. And yeah, I mean, Apple executives have famously boasted about how their unified memory is so efficient that just 8 GB of it is equivalent to 16 gigs on Windows, but it's not really true. There just will be a hard cap on how much multitasking you're able to do, because 8 gigs is 8 gigs. But even so, can you see how this whole concept of unified memory still helps Apple? It makes something as simple as RAM feel like some sort of grey area, which means they can give you a lot less of it, and they can charge you more to upgrade it than any other company. I'd say, to be honest though, the worst example of the invented spec is the TV market.